And we are on the way with the low semifinals of the day. The losers of the first quarterfinal and the second quarterfinals are going to take each other on. And we've got Jānis Bernants, whose voice you've just heard on the stream, getting his first point on the board. This man can do everything. He's the president of the Latvian Federation, Flying Disc Federation, and a commentator, and also a first goal scorer for this game. Salaspils is taking on Ultimate Saku, who both suffered losses in their respective games. Salaspils losing to Vorai in a very, very exciting first quarterfinals, and Saku losing to Ventspils with a more comfortable game for Ventspils. And should be a very, very exciting game of Estonians taking on Latvians. Of course, all the support, the majority of the support of the crowd is with the Latvians, but Saku are taking their point on the board, and we're gonna start with the trading. So far, the games have been slightly different. It's been a very quick breaks in the very beginning, and then by the end of the game, it all got very, very exciting. But this time, looks like both of the teams are coming out firing, and with 2 points on the board, we've got two very clean holds, very, very quick and dynamic points. Salaspils are going to get their another offensive point. Quick swing to Karkliņš to Batmanis. Batmanis up the line to Karkliņš, and Karkliņš into the end zone for Martin Saulita for a 2-1 score. Very dynamic ultimate, very clean ultimate as well. Exciting to watch that. Always nice to see these teams are taking on each other. Of course, both of these teams know each other quite well. They've been playing in the Baltics for years, if not decades, so they know each other incredibly well, and they know what each of the players on the squad can do. High disc, and this time it's going to be taken away by Ilgars. And the first break opportunity for Salaspils. Gusars picks up the disc, finds Elksnītis on the far sideline and into close to the end zone, just on the doorstep for Apinis. Apinis, blade to Kasparans. Kasparans to Gusars, and Gusars into the end zone for just shy of the end zone once again for Ilgars. And Elksnītis, a blade for Kasparans, but it's going to be called out, and no contest from Kasparans. Slightly, that disc was just a little bit too high, and Saku will have an opportunity to get their hold and hold on to this point and to their offense. Needing to go backwards there on the reception, Anton Donle. And Lauritz now with the disc. And a bit of an errant throw, a little bit too far. The idea was great, of course, for Markus Ohm, but Lauritz was not able to chase that disc down. Salaspils once again with their second break opportunity of the point. Elksnītis with the disc, can't really find anything, needs to go back but can't find a cutter. Now Gusars, and the stall out is going to be called by Anton Donle on Elksnītis. Elksnītis still considering that. Discussion is going to ensue. And it's going to be contested, looking at the hand signals. Thank you for that. The disc should go back at stalling 6. Stall count is shorter, of course, in the indoor game, so stall to 8. Kasparans and Loritz also a shake of the hand as they were repositioning. And Elksnitis needed to go to release this disc really quickly, and Apinis looks like was not ready for that, and with the double coverage in the end zone was not able to bring it down, and a good defense by Ultimate Saku. Loritz picks up, and a high scuba just shy of the end zone. Kurmiste with the disc. Super dump. Now, once again in the red zone. Donle. And into the end zone for Markus Sohm. Quite a long point. Multiple turnovers in this point. Neither of the teams were able to play a more collective ultimate. Did not look calm at all. Looked like quite a grueling point, of course, for both of the teams. And we've got the O-line once again in front of us. Bernans with the disc to Batmanis. And Blade to Batmanis, and it's going to be taken away. It looks like he did not notice Freddy Raba biting this disc, and he had a pretty easy defensive possibility over there. Liliorg to pick up. Goes to Liliorg, to his brother, looks like. And Liliorg too far for him, and with the jumping, tried to jump that in, but that did not work out. Karklinch now with the disc. Swing to Batmanis, back to Karklinch. Karklinch got Batmanis, but finds Batmanis wide open. Back to Karklinch. Just shy of the end zone, but can't really get anything out. And Bernans in the end zone, wide open, asking for that disc. And his requests have been rewarded with another point. Salaspils still holding 3-2 after getting this disc back, and a throwaway from Saku. So Saku not capitalizing on their breakpoint possibility. Looks like some adjustments are being made on the D-line. Karklinch is stepping in. And Loritz to start us off. Quick dish to Kurmiste. Kurmiste, a break to Sohm in his own end zone right now. Another high disc for number 43, Lauritz, and he is not able to bring it down, just too far, too high for him. Looks like Kasparans now with the disc. Pushes it into Apinis. Apinis looking for the options. Can't really find anything. Goes back to Karklinch. Karklinch to Kasparans with a break throw. Back to Karklinch. Apinis being wide open, exclaims in frustration. Finally gets the disc and then returns it to Karklinch. Now Ilgas and Kasparans are starting to work in the back of the end zone, and this time Karklinch from Apinis for another nice score for Salaspils. Salaspils getting a break this time, as there was a slightly errant throw, maybe lifted up too high. It looked like it was a air bounce and elevated too high. the receiver there was not able to adjust in time and try to get it out from a high point. But that just bounced off the receiver's fingers. Gusars with the pull. And Saku gonna get us started. Lilleork with the disc. Great fakes and finds threads the needle into the middle. So back to Lilleork. And Lilleork now to Rasmus Lilleork. Kurmiste is the disc near sideline, but quite close to the attacking end zone. Kurmiste. Very, very close mark by Bernans. And so home to Lilleork and once again to Kurmiste. Kurmiste goes back. Can't really find anything, but finally finds an open cut into the end zone for number 34, Christian Loritz. Very nice and patient offense from Ultimate Saku from Estonia. But Salaspils are still ahead by a couple of breaks. So Saku would need to find a few breaks to get themselves back into the negotiation. And Bernans and Karklinch, they've seen each other, and Karklinch had acres of space in front of him and just runs into the end zone without any hesitation, as he has realized that his defender is guarding is in a slightly wrong place. Yeah, Rasmus Lilleork is not happy about that, absolutely. As he has let go of his mark. And great vision by by Bernans over there to recognize the poach. Yeah, that disc was gobbled up by the bleachers on one of the end zones. Now we've got Saku into the end zone from Kurmiste to Anton Donle, and Ilgars there was apologetic as he has let that particular pass go. But the defensive pressure on the cutter was also nowhere present on the Salaspils side, so that was a pretty easy score for Ultimate Saku for a 5-4 score. We still got 10 minutes on the clock. And Salaspils now on offense. Jurgenssons to Betmanis. Back to Jurgensson, still in their own end zone. Can't really find any advancing spaces. Saulita now steps in, gets his first touches in. Betmanis back to Jurgenssons. Jurgensson surveying options. Can't really find anything. Now Bernans also steps in. And Jurgenssons was steaming into the end zone, but he was pretty well guarded, and Karklinch was not able to get this pass out. Jurgenssons and Bernans now playing a bit of a give and go. Skuber to Karklinch, the backside. Batmanis is wide open. Now finally gets engaged and gets his touches. Oh! Was quite a lot of communication between Jurgenssons and Betmanis, and Betmanis finally found himself in some open space and for a blade for another Salaspils score. So Saku still trailing by 2, needing to find a couple of breaks to themselves. And Salaspils in the driver's seat at the moment, but we have seen that the 2-point lead can be broken quite quickly, and it did happen in one of the quarterfinals where between Vixafjords and Shooting Stars, it was one exciting quarterfinals. So do go ahead and rewatch that after this game, or maybe after this tournament, as these games are only going to get more and more exciting as the time going to progress. Donle now finds Soom. Soom can't really find any open cuts. Finally finds Loritz. Loritz, not many options right now, and Loritz goes into the end zone past Apinis. Great pressure over there. Also had all opportunities for a defense, but Kevin Kurmiste managed to hold on to this disc under lots of pressure from Salaspils. 6-5, so Saku still trailing by a couple of breaks. And Saku getting ready to pull. Robin Lilleork with the pull. Batman is to receive. And quick swing to Jurgenssons. Jurgenssons, the speedster, of course, on the team, but now working in the back. Saulite on the far sideline gets a blade to Karklinch. Bernans has to go slightly more forward. And Karklinch now. Lots of fakes, but not given, and needs to go back to Saulite, then to Jurgensson. Saulite once again in the handler position right now, working together with Jurgensson. Jurgenssons to Karklinch. Karklinch back to Jurgenssons. Tries to jump it in, but did not work out just yet. Karklinch tries to push the disc in, but lots of bodies. A lot of blue, but not much of white. And Jurgensson's not in, but on the line, virtually on the line. Karklinch with the disc. Still needs to find something. Bernans, and finally threads the needle to Jurgenssons in the end zone for a 7-5 lead. Jurgensson's ready to pull. Another opportunity for Salaspils to try to get further ahead in this game if they manage to get a break. And of course Saku would want to get another clean hold. Once again, very quick dynamic points, lots of cuts, but this time, high disc for Christian Loritz. Ooh, lots of contact, and looks like a foul is going to be called on the offense, and most probably it's going to be retracted by Emil Zelksnitis. Yep, a retracted foul call, as he had Markus Soom running basically through his leg. Gusars to pick up. Bernans to Gusars, and Bernans takes off. Elksnitis now on the near sideline, marked by Soom. Finds Karklinch. And Karklinch into the end zone for Bernans for another point and another break. So they are now getting 3 points ahead, the locals of Salaspils. I'm sure that they were looking at a slightly different result in this tournament, of course, as they were, if I remember correctly, they were in the finals last year. But they, if I remember right, they did not manage to win that particular matchup. Were they playing for the third place? If you remember, or if you have the information, you are welcome to send it to me in the live chat. Always interesting to see the insights, always interesting to see who is watching. For now, Lilleork gets the disc to Christian Loritz. Loritz with a hammer into the end zone for... Ooh! Yeah, that was not a very easy pass. So Christian Loritz to get Kevin Kurmiste for that exciting point. Great take, great grab by Kurmiste. Not an easy grab. But definitely an exciting game over here, even though Salaspils looks like to be in a driver's seat right now. 3 breaks up, and with 3 minutes on the clock, that's probably going to be a game quite quickly done. So Gusars calling a brick on that pull. That was a little bit too high for his liking. Higher than 2 meters is the rule. Normally a raised hand would be a good indicator over there. So Betmanis and Gusars are working around the back right now. And Karklinch now gets an advancing pass. And Gusars with a blade for Betmanis and another offensive hold. So 9-6 in this game. Most probably it's going to be a game to 11, but it might be finished earlier because of the point difference. As the point difference is 3 or more, as soon as this difference is hit, if we are out of time, that is the game. A D-line steps in. Apinis with the disc, getting ready to pull. Elksnitis, Saulita, Kasparans, and Ilgars. On Saku, looks like Loritz most likely going to call a brick. Or is he going to take that on a cone? Basically on a cone, right. Nice hammer to get us started. Kurmiste goes backwards to Lauritz. Lauritz. Som with the disc finds a scuba to Donle. Donle needs to go back to Kurmiste. Kurmiste asking for a little bit more space as he's pushing his mark slightly. And Kurmiste once again with a nice jolting pass and into the end zone. Gets it to Donle for a 9-7 score. Both teams working really hard on their offense and of course on defense, but looks like Salaspils with this 3 breaks advantage might pull ahead slightly and have quite a significant advantage, I must say, to be good to be playing for, I think, the 3rd place is their opportunity, or maybe 5th place is the highest that they can get right now, as the first 4 will be taken by the semi-finalists. Karklinch and Christian Loritz are going to have a discussion, as there was some contact with the disc, so possibly Karklinch did call a contact and the stall count was not reduced. So they will have a discussion over there. So the disc will go back at stalling 4. Yeah, no hand signals, unfortunately. So not very easy to understand what was going on there. And Salaspils, Frisbija clubs are going to be the winners of this particular match. So 10-7. And Yeah, and that game is over as the gap was 3 points after the time has elapsed. So there is some clarification from our scorekeepers right now. Before the point ended. Looks like the game is going to continue, actually. So I stand corrected over there. Despite that, Salaspils are happy to play. Happiness is saying, okay, yeah, that's all right, let's play. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the technicalities, just win it outright. And Saku now, Lauri Loritz. To Liliork, now to Som. To Robin Liliork. And a low disc for Lauritz. Lauritz gonna swing to Kurmiste. Som, and now once again Robin Liliork with the disc. And Loritz with a scuba into the end zone for another score. So get Kevin Kurmiste collects another score there, and we're going to have a game to 11. Salaspils looking to close out the game with a clean offense, hopefully for them, of course. And ultimate Saku would need to get 3 breaks. Not an easy feat by any measure. Robin Liliork with a pull, captain of this team. Bernans and Karklinch playing around, and Bernans takes off, but quite under a lot of coverage from his defender. And Gusars, quick give and go. Gets the disc. Almost a no-look scuba to Bernans. He knew where his teammate is going to be. And that is the game, 11-8. So Salaspils are looking to advance into the 5th and 6th negotiation. And Saku are going to play for 7s and 8s. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We are going to get going with the second low semifinals. We're gonna have Shooting Stars taking on Cosmic, so the Lithuanian affair. Going to be one exciting match. Don't go anywhere and enjoy Rigas Rudens.